We have a Friday night boxing. I gotta give you my prediction right now before it's too late, because then you're gonna be like, no, but you didn't really say it. Not only do we have Friday night boxing, but we also have another actual great card, Golden Boy card in Saudi Arabia, and we have the UFC fight on nighttime. So there's actually a very stacked weekend, which I will give you my predictions. I'm gonna try to push as many videos as possible for at least for these talks, right? Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. Is it the Arlington Stadium or the Cowboy Stadium? They're trying to break records and stuff. And shit. I was gonna say and shit. Don't sell out to the PG crowd roll. Don't sell out. So, what do I think about it? This might be a hot take, but when people give Jake Paul shit for it, that he's not a boxer, that he's not this, yeah, you can be right. You can say many things. One thing I will defend him is he actually, how would I say it? He's actually great for boxing. Oh, but why? He's only a celebrity. No, blah, blah, blah. Yes, he's a celebrity. However, and I will say it again, and I will get into what I'm going to say maybe next week, because I have too many videos to upload this week. I believe Jake Paul's better for boxing than Canelo Alvarez. Basically, if I do that video about the Canelo's bot for boxing, it's the same basically reason I'm going to give you why Jake Paul's good for boxing. Before I get into the Jake Paul Mike Tyson prediction, let's look at the undercard. You got the 140 champion WBC, El Azteca Barrios versus Ramos. Is it Abel Ramos or his brother? Yeah, Abel. I think it's Abel. Oh, it's not 140. My bad. It's the 147 WBC champion. It should be a fun fight. Even though they're both not great fighters, they're both like not great A-listers. It should be a fun 50-50 fight. I can assure you that it's going to be a fun 50-50 fight. Now, who do I have there? Because of experience, that he's fought better opponents, even though he's lost every time he has stepped up, I would have to go with Mario Barrios. Yes, he lost to Tank Davis. Yes, he had a rehydration clause. We know how Tank is. Yes, he lost to Keith Thurman when Keith Thurman's is on the way out. But that still gives him experience to fight better opponents. I think he also fought Ugas. That's how he won this belt. For the interim, at least. I gotta go with El Azteca. And it's gonna be a competitive fight. That's what I mean by they might not be like A-level fighters, but they're both like C plus B minus, where it's gonna be a fun fight. And that's always a good thing for an undercard, that you don't need to have A-listers on the undercard, but as long as it's not one-sided, where the champion is like an A plus and the opponent is like a D minus. No, if this is level, because it's C plus B minus guys, and I want to hit more on the C plus guys. So that's what's gonna be more competitive for both of them. It's gonna be they're both like being in the booth. They both like to fight. I just think Mario Barrios has the edge, which I'm gonna give him the victory by decision. The next one fight of the year for me. Women's fight of the year. Amanda Serrano versus Katie Taylor. It's for the 140 belts. That means Serrano's going to move up again. But now, not 135, not all the way to 140. However, Katie Taylor is looking her age now. Katie Taylor won the first one, but let's not forget she was rocked really, really bad. And that was what, 2 years ago? Amazing fight, but we have to remember that she almost got knocked out. I remember I was like, come on, Taylor, chingatela, chingatela. And then boom, she gets rocked, and I'm like, oh no. I thought Serrano was gonna win in that particular moment. And Katie Taylor fought back. And she ended up winning, I think it was a split decision or majority decision. I don't remember good, but she won the decision. This time around, Amanda Serrano still looking strong, while Katie Taylor has been looking her age. Mother Time has finally caught up to Katie Taylor. Amanda Serrano still knocking out girls. She's still action-packed. La Boricua, La Sensation. Y I know she's Latina, and I usually love rooting for my Latinos and my Hispanics and all that, but in this particular case, I gotta go with the Irish girl. I gotta go with Katie Taylor again. Yeah, she might be on her last steps, but I feel like she can give you one last great fight before she walks off into the sunset, if she walks off into the sunset, because she is a warrior, and that's what's scary, because you cannot go toe-to-toe with Amanda Serrano. The question is, can Amanda Serrano hold her power at 140 the same way that she was doing it at 135, 130, 126, 122? I honestly don't remember if, or I haven't looked it up, to be honest, if she's ever fought at 140. So that being said, I do have to give that edge to Katie Taylor, as she has had 2 fights at 140. Going Taylor by decision. Then the main event at heavyweight. 2-minute, 10 rounds. Official. No headgear. 14-ounce gloves. You got the, how old is he? 27, 28-year-old Jake Paul, who's been knocking out majority of his opponents, versus Iron Mike Tyson. His last fight was an exhibition against Roy Jones Jr., and that was like 5 years ago. That guy is 62, I think. 64. I forgot his age, but he's up there. When you see him in the videos, he still looks good. He still looks like Mike, just an older version. Just like in the Rocky movies, just like in the Rocky Balboa movies, they do say power is the last thing that leaves. And we know that in the heavyweight division, power is the last thing to go. Which Rocky Balboa was in that movie, right? He was a heavyweight. But we saw it from who? George Foreman, who came back at, 40, and still won a championship belt. He was still champion. Look at Joy Joyce, or Zhilei Zhang, who've been fighting late at 41 and still looking great, beating out guys, knocking out guys. So that being said, if we go by the theory that came out, that Jake Paul on his contract says that you cannot knock him out, can we say that his power was real because he was never tested? Now, if we go by that, it's a real deal that he's been knocking out guys, and that contract thing is all bullshit. That means that he has power. Is he gonna carry that power up? Can Tyson last 16 minutes fighting, or was it 20 minutes fighting? I think it's 10 rounds of 2 minutes. Is he gonna fight in spurts, only 30 seconds each round? That's where it's intriguing, because we don't know what Tyson we're gonna get other than a 64-year-old retired senior citizen versus a YouTuber has been practicing boxing, a Disney child kid. I want to say Jake Paul, but I don't want to see Iron Mike getting knocked out. And if he gets knocked out, we're not gonna hear it from MMA fans. I have to go with Iron Mike. At my heart, I believe he has enough to get in there, get him with those hooks, get him with that uppercut, something that Jake Paul hasn't really fought a high pressure guy. Because he's been fighting only MMA guys, and they don't know how to fucking box, especially Woodley, especially Ben Askren, because they were wrestlers. The only time that he stepped up to fight Fury, which is a C guy, a C minus, which was, it's okay because it was a 50-50 fight because of where they both are. He lost. When he fought Silva, he kind of got rocked a little bit. With Nate Diaz, he kind of got rocked a little bit. But Nate Diaz, again, is also a wrestler. So what are we really dealing with here? I gotta go Tyson for that pressure part. I gotta go Tyson. I really do. And fuck it, I'm going Tyson by knockout. I need to get that kid. I need to see that kid knocked out. But he is good for boxing. As much as the antics that you guys see and all that, the undercard itself is good for boxing. And that's where I was going at, the undercard, because we have literally a 50-50 title fight, and we have another 50-50 title fight. And then we have technically a senior citizen versus a YouTuber, an ex-professional champion versus a YouTuber. Technically, it's like a 50-50 fight. So in a way, it is good for boxing. He's giving us 50-50 fights. Come on, man. Gotta go with Iron Mike. If Jake Paul gets knocked out, no one's gonna take him serious at all. Ever again. If Jake Paul wins by knockout, no one's ever gonna take him serious. So in a way, it's like a lose-lose for Jake Paul. But if he does become a boxing promoter, he can get eyes in the crowd. That kid knows how to put. He really does know how to put cards on his undercard. Like, he knows how to put fights. And that kid, if he actually does like boxing, he has a good eye for undercard fights. Again, not all the fights have to be talented high level A fighters, as long as we're gonna get somewhat known fighters on each division and have them 50-50. On my book, that's a great thing, because he knows that maybe his fight might suck, but leading up to it is gonna be great. Will I be watching? If I get a chance to watch it, I'll be watching, because I do work on Friday nights. So we'll see. But anyways, people, who do you guys have? Are you gonna watch the check fights? Are you gonna watch the title fight at 140, or are you just there for Jake Paul and Mike Tyson? Do you guys have Jake Paul? Do you guys have Mike Tyson? Will the fight be a toda madre? We'll see. We'll see. If I do watch it, I'm gonna give it a rating. But anyways, people, you guys have a good night, a good morning, or a good evening.